Before drones, missiles, and bombers, giant warships were the main muscle of a nation. The British have dominated the world with their naval power for hundreds of years. Japan to match that power, world's largest warship built before World War II. Just like his drawings, so were his devastating cannons. Even today, no ship has been able to surpass the super battleship Yamato. Since the beginning of the 20th century, Japan has its own power. The ring is focused on widening. The Imperial Navy dreams of building a super battleship to dominate the Pacific Ocean, which will surpass the American ships in size and strength. Outnumbered, Japan plans to build a super battleship to challenge the existing Westerners. In November 1937, construction of the destroyer Yamato began in Hiroshima, Japan. At 862 feet long and 127 feet wide, the Yamato was the largest battleship in the world, weighing 70,000 tons and having a draft of 37 feet. During construction, the depth of the dock has to be increased by 1 meter, and a crane capable of lifting 350 people has to be installed. Strict secrecy is maintained regarding construction. Even parts of the docks are covered with canopies so that no one can see the ship from above. Yamato's greatest feature was its engine, a gigantic engine of 12 steam boilers with a power of 50,000 horsepower, which could propel the giant ship at a speed of 27.5 nautical miles. The main attraction of the ship was the 9 main battle guns mounted on its deck. A cannon of 18.1-inch diameter weighed 150 tons. From these, 1.5-ton shells could be fired at a target of 35 kilometers distance. It was the world's largest ship-mounted weapon. 80 small anti-aircraft guns were mounted on its deck to repel air attacks. Japan attacks Pearl Harbor. Yamato gets Commissar within a few weeks of declaring war against. The ship was built in a hurry because of the alarm of the World War in Europe. On May 27, 1900, Yamato sailed for the Midway operation, and in August, the ship was evacuated to Japan's strongest naval base in the Pacific. It remained anchored at that base for nearly a year to deter the Americans. During the latter part of the war, when Japan was cornered, Yamato carried out several logistics missions, operated by the Imperial Navy. On March 19, 1945, U.S. forces attacked Japan's Kyoto base from 3 aircraft carriers. On that journey, the Axis powers were intercepted by Japanese kamikaze pilots, suffering major losses. On Yamato, which survived at anchor, only 1 shell hit the ship's bridge. In April, a naval coalition led by the U.S. Navy advanced to occupy the island of Okinawa. Before reaching its destination, Yamato was sighted by 2 U.S. warplanes. Anti-aircraft shells were then fired from the ship's deck. On the way, the attack was repulsed. On April 7th, a swarm of 280 U.S. warplanes attacked the East China Sea simultaneously. On the Japanese fleet, sensing the danger, the other ships took position around the Yamato, but the ships had nothing to do in front of the aircraft. Several bombs and torpedoes hit Yamato. Yamato, the pride of the fleet in Japan, was cornered by a momentary Allied attack. Torpedoes and armor-piercing bombs ripped through the ship and capsized. Unable to save the end, the captain ordered the crew to abandon ship. Moments later, the ammunition depot exploded, from which a 6-kilometer-high smoke mushroom is created. The Japanese monster Yamato sank to the bottom of the sea. More than 4,000 Japanese soldiers lost their lives. In 1985, the wreckage of the sunken ship was found 1,200 feet deep in the East China Sea. There are many big ships in the world. These are commercial ships, aircraft, carriers, or fuel tankers. But there is no other giant battleship like the Yamato. This is one of the reasons for the change in modern war tactics. Many countries now have high-speed, hypersonic missiles and sophisticated torpedoes. With these, it is possible to attack large-sized ships very easily. Therefore, the countries that are ahead in time and power are now paying more attention to the creation of warships with the highest technology, not in the form of Iran.